Okay, next from Peter Kwok and Company. One of the wines that has done a complete 180, and we talked about Tour St. Christophe doing a big 180 after they took it, took over that property. But Bellefont Belcier did a major 180. And this is, the one thing, like before they bought the property, Bellefont was like one of those wines that kind of hit it every now and then.
Hit and miss, right? Yeah.
And when you talk about a location, Pavie, Larcis de Coste, Bellefont Belcier, Terre de Roteveuf. I mean, it's
Great.
it's murderer's row.
Prime.
So it just took somebody to go in there that cares.
Yeah.
And they put a ton of money into it, not just in the vineyards, but also the chateau. I stayed at Bellefont Belcier when they first bought it on a very cold, rainy night. It was dark and dingy, pouring down rain. The gate was closed. I had to carry my suitcase. I was drenched when I walked in the door, alone in this scary, haunted chateau.
Now?
Now it's like
less scary.
No, we stayed there like last year, and it's
like a resort.
It's
awesome.
Yeah, it's completely different. But we're not talking about the chateau. We're talking about the wine.
Right.
2020 Bellefont Belcier, breakthrough vintage for them. They did before. They did they also did the 1918, 17. But when we talked to JC, he's just like, 18's here, 19's here, 20's here, and guess what? 98 points for the 20. Guess what now? For the 2022, big scores.
Yeah, big scores.
Big scores.
97 to 98 again.
Yep.
And well earned.
Yeah.
Well earned. And funny with this wine, even from the start, they've never tried they've never even tried to make this wine bigger like in Tour St. Christophe. That's never been the issue. I think this terroir lends itself to like polished, refined, Larcis can be big, but it's not like Pavie big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Terre is silky and creamy and lush. And I think Bellefont, smack dab in between those guys, is kind of working both sides of that.
Yeah. Well, JC is a big fan, of Francois Micheville, and for Terre de Roteveuf. And Terre de Roteveuf is a very elegant wine. He makes them very, pretty.
Supple.
Yeah. Plus, they brought in Thomas Duclos.
Here at Bellefont.
At Bellefont.
Yeah.
And his, if you look at like what's happening at Troplon, and wait till you see the scores on Beaujolais-Bicot. I mean, this is all Thomas.
Yeah.
He's
Canon.
He's Canon. Yeah. Petrus, but we're not supposed to tell you.
I have to scratch that.
No.
Long story short, Duclos doing amazing work in this more elegant, polished, refined style of winemaking that is kind of sweeping Bordeaux right now. It's the new trend.
Yeah.
Bordeaux's done big, they've done earthy, they've done this, and now they're doing elegant with some power behind it. Less new oak, I see here 30% wooden vats, egg-shaped wooden vats. For this. A third of the wine aged in big barrel this vintage. That's a big deal, guys. Remember back in the days, everything 100% new oak, 80% new oak, all small barrels, super high toast, Tarn, so Darnage, blah, blah, blah. And now we're doing this, we're gonna do a third of the wine in big barrel. And that's really crazy. And I think the results for me are super positive.
No, it's wines that I've always loved Bordeaux, and I love, used to love the big Bordeaux too. But, I think just as you get older, you kind of like elegance, I enjoy the layers, the multiple layers, not just smack dab in your face. I really like when you taste the wine and that middle just goes, So I love this wine.
Bellefont's going to be an absolute must-buy. The pricing compared to Terre and even Larcis, which Larcis is an amazing value. Bellefont's going to be less money than Larcis. I think it is one of the must-buy wines.
No, it is a absolute must-buy Bellefont, and the reason is when you look at the scores and what's in the bottle and its neighbors, it's half the price. Well, Pavie, it's maybe 20% the price, It is absolutely, get it while you can. It will not stay that way.
Yeah, it's gonna go up.
Yeah.